and boom, easy touchdown. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Killer Cam Friend coming back at you with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video, and today we are going over part 3 of the Spread Offensive Ebook. Now, before we get started, I just want to say I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded in a few days. I had a little bit of an accident. My hand is still extremely swollen and really torn up. I'm not going to go over exactly what happened, but my hand is very messed up. So I haven't been able to really even hold the sticks for a few days. I actually did record this video about a week ago, but it was just a little bit too long for me. I want to do these ebooks in a little bit of a shorter style so everybody can really hang in there and retain all the knowledge without having to watch a 45 to an hour long video, because I just feel like the shorter style ebooks work a lot better, especially on the YouTube format. So, without further ado, part 3 of the Spread Offensive Ebook. Alright, so we are here in Gun Monster. The two formations that we're going to be going over in today's part of the Spread Offensive Ebook, also known as Pass Balanced. If you're in Madden Ultimate Team, if you're looking for it on the auction house, or you want to do a set for it, you can hit up the alternate offensive playbooks, and you can try to pull this Spread, aka Pass Balanced offensive playbook, or you can just go ahead and buy it on the auction house. But as we see, it has all of these gun formations, in case you guys haven't been here for part 1 and 2 of our Spread Offensive Ebook. But we see here that Gun Monster and Gun Double Stack are right next to each other, which means they're going to be right next to each other on the audible screen when we audible in-game at the line of scrimmage. So the personnel are going to be one running back, one tight end, 3 wide receivers for both Gun Monster and Gun Double Stack. Now, the alignments are very similar. The only difference are that the offensive tackles are out wide when you come out in Gun Monster, and Gun Double Stack, the offensive tackles, are going to be in the box just like they would on a normal play in Gun Double Stack. Now, our audibles for Gun Double Stack are going to be Curl Flat, RPO Trap Alert Screen, Smash, and PA Jailbreak Screen. The only play that we're going to come out in Gun Monster is going to be RPO Zone Alert. The other plays aren't going to be very effective, so I really wouldn't recommend that you run them. But let's go ahead and check out this RPO Zone Alert against Overstorm Brave, and I'm going to break this down real quick. Now, depending on what formation they come out in, however many stock defensive tackles they have in that particular formation is going to determine how many down linemen there are on this play. Now, we see that their 2 defensive ends are both out wide, and so are their linebackers. Their linebackers are going to be lined up out wide every single time as soon as you come out in this formation, and so are their defensive ends. We see they have 2 D tackles because it's nickel over, and of course our user that's manned up on the running back. So if you ever see an alignment like this, you're going to snap the ball and you're going to run it every single time. Now, we didn't pick up a block there, but usually you will gain yards on this run almost every single time. We have the numbers advantage in the box. Even if we don't pick up huge yardage, we're going to be able to pick up 5 to 6, if not a lot more yards on this run every single time, especially when we get into formations like dollar or nickel 3-3, where there's only 1 defensive tackle stock in the play. So what they can do to combat this is they can go ahead and pinch their linebackers, and they can pinch their D tackles, and we see that they slowly move inside. Now, the blitz angles are very weird because the offensive tackles are out wide, obviously. But if they do so happen to pinch their whole defense like this, we're going to be able to throw this RPO on either side. And like I said, we have offensive tackles out wide, so we're going to get pancakes almost every single time. Let's go ahead and throw this here. And we see we don't get a pancake, but our block holds up beautifully, and we're going to be able to take this to the crib. Now, this is going to work on either side. If they pinch their defense and you have a numbers advantage, you're going to be able to throw this every single time. One thing they can do is they can either pass commit or they can put their defensive ends in hard flats. Let's go ahead and show you this to this side. Now we did get a block shed there, but that is not going to happen very often. These RPOs are going to be money when they pinch their defense like this. So when you do throw these RPOs, you are going to want to wait until these D tackles move, or these defensive ends move all the way inside, just to give you a little more leverage outside. Let's go ahead and throw this one more time. And we see this time we get beautiful blocking again. And we're going to take this to the crib. And it really doesn't matter what side you throw it to, whichever side you like better, whichever side your best receiver's on, that is the side that you can throw to. Also, the right side, I believe, has a tight end out wide, and the left side has 2 receivers. So, right side, you're probably going to get a little bit better blocking because there is a tight end. I'm going to go ahead and show you this to the left side, and we get it swatted down just beautiful. Just one more time, and then we're going to go over what this formation looks like against the other meta defensive formations in the game, which are going to be dollar, and of course 3-3 normal, the loop blitz. So there we get a pancake. We're able to cut upfield, pick up beautiful yardage. Let's go ahead and hop into these other formations and see what this looks like when we come out in this against those. Alright, and again we're going to pick RPO Zone Alert, and we're going to go ahead and pick LB Blitz 0, and we see that there is a middle linebacker and a defensive tackle in the box. If we see this, like I said, go ahead and run the ball. Against dollar and against 3-3 normal, it's going to be an easy run up the middle every single time because you're going to have a huge numbers advantage. Obviously, my user on defense there is inactive, so they probably would be able to make a tackle, but if you can make one man miss, you're going to be gone. And if they pinch their defense in 3-3 normal and try to set up the blitz, they are still going to be able to set up the blitz, but we have 2-1-2 on the outside, just like we did against Overstorm Brave, and we get a pancake. We don't pick up as crazy yardage right there because of those looping outside linebackers or sub linebackers on this play, but we are still going to pick up beautiful yardage. I'm going to go ahead and show you this here to the left. And again, we're going to pick up consistent yardage every single time, so we're going to have to make them play for this. Now you might be wondering if they don't come out in man coverage, if they come out in something like a cover 2, maybe hard flats on both sides, if this is going to play this any better. And let's go ahead and show you what this looks like against hard flats. We still pick up blocking. We're able to take this downfield beautifully. So they're going to really have to adjust if they want to stop this RPO, and they're going to have to make a whole bunch of pre-snap adjustments at the line of scrimmage, which is something that a lot of people don't want to do, especially in this heavy blitz man coverage meta. They do not want to have to adjust. They just want to play stock man coverage and make their lives as easy as possible. So by coming out in Gun Monster, we're going to make them do that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like against dollar, and then we're going to get into the main part of this section of the ebook, which is going to be gun double stack, and this is where it's going to get really glitchy. Alright, and again, we're going to come out in RPO Zone Alert. This time I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against Spinner, which is probably the most meta blitz in the game right now. Now we see there are no sub linebackers this time, or no middle linebackers on this play. So there's only going to be one down lineman. Of course, if you see this, you're going to go ahead and snap the ball, run it up the middle, and you're going to pick up at least a few yards every single time. There are a lot of people on the left and right side of the screen, but you're going to be able to pick up consistent yards running this just like this every single time. We're going to go ahead and make them pinch their line. So when they do pinch their line, this is what this is going to look like. This time we contained, but we see that there are still 2 slot corners all the way out wide, which is going to mess up this blitz a little bit because it's going to take longer for them to get in since they're so far out wide. Now against Spinner, you still can throw these RPOs, as I timed it really wrong right there. You still can throw these RPOs even though it doesn't look like you have a numbers advantage. But what really throws this off is that these corners take a really weird blitz angle because the tackles are out wide. So we're going to see when we snap the ball what this looks like. They do come after the quarterback, but they move outside a little bit first. And we still get a pancake, and we're able to take this all the way to the crib. But there is a little bit more of a risk of them clicking on and making a play with one of those blitzing slot corners when they come out in spinner just like this. So I'm going to show you guys one more time what this RPO looks like against spinner. This time I'm going to throw it to the left. And poor accuracy there. Let's go ahead and do this one more time just for the video's sake. And if they do happen to pass commit, this is going to look a lot different. I'm going to go ahead and pass commit here and show you guys exactly what happens. We were actually able to get this RPO out beautifully, but sometimes when they pass commit in these heavier defensive sets, their defensive ends are going to move right out to your wide receivers and play that RPO. So be wary of that. If you see that happening online frequently, it's probably because they're pass committing. Let's go ahead and show you this one more time. And of course, we're able to throw the RPO, and we're going to take this all the way to the crib for a touchdown. Now, I showed you the audibles for gun double stack. So when we come out in Gun Monster, what we're going to do is we're going to hit square and pull up our audible screen, and then we're going to be able to audible to anything we want in Gun Double Stack. I'm going to show you guys the run play just to start out with. Now when you audible over, it does take a second for their defense to set up. You can snap it a little bit early, and as we all know, 0-1 traps are super deadly in this game. You will be able to occasionally throw those bubbles on the outside, although I really wouldn't recommend it unless you have a numbers advantage. And we see even when we audible to Gun Double Stack, those blitzing DBs are still very far out wide, so it's going to take them a lot longer to get to the quarterback than it normally would in a more condensed formation. I'm going to show you this trap one more time. And just like I was saying, it's a really good run. This double stack, since the receivers are so far out, are going to really mess up the alignment of the defense. And if we are able to hit that hole, we're going to be gone, just because there are so many people on the outside and not very many people in the box. So let's show you this one more time. And we are picking up consistent yards with this 0-1 trap. Now, before we get into the passing plays, I am going to show you this jailbreak screen. I put the wrong play. Jailbreak screens this year against man coverage are going to be extremely effective. You want to wait as long as you can to let your block set up. As I showed you guys in the last video, jailbreak screens absolutely destroy man coverage. And we are able to set up our blocks, and we're going to take this all the way to the crib for an easy touchdown. Let's show you guys one more time what this looks like against man coverage. Let our blocks set up, and really easy yardage. So if you can throw that screen enough times, just be careful that they're not working it with our user, or they don't have these guys double manned up or have a hard flat over there or something to play that bubble screen. But that bubble screen is a very good play. Now, for the sake of the rest of this video, I'm not going to keep audibling over from Gun Monster to double stack. I'm just going to go ahead and come out and gun double stack just so this video doesn't take too long. I'm going to show you guys first what this looks like against Overstorm Brave. So we're going to come out in Overstorm Brave here. And of course, we're going to come out and gun double stack. The first pass play we're going to be going over is smash, which is going to be the main pass play that we use out of this formation. Now, the one thing about this is that we are not able to motion any of our receivers in either direction. So we're going to have to buy time in the pocket as much as possible, because they're probably going to send the crib at us every single time. I do recommend putting your running back out on a quick route, because if you can make that read very quickly, that is going to help. However, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like with a blocked running back just for this video. And let's go ahead and say their user is on one of these guys right here. We're just going to spy him. Now, we're not going to have a whole lot of time, but what I like to do for this play specifically is put this guy on a C route and put this guy on a streak. Now, this C route on the left side, stock for this play, is going to absolutely cook man coverage, and this other C route on the right side is also going to cook man coverage. The Hot Route Master C routes destroy man coverage in this game, but I honestly like this C route on the left side a little bit better. It's a little bit quicker cutting, a little bit sharper. You're able to get it off a lot quicker. So I want to show you guys what this looks like. And nice little freeform pass lead to the outside. We saw that C route absolutely cook man coverage. So I'm going to show you guys again. Same setup. Alright, we got it all set up. Now this little outbreaking route on the left side, we're going to be able to use that to our advantage here in just a second. I'll show you. But for right now, let's go ahead and show you guys what this C route setup looks like again. And again, the Hot Route Master C route absolutely cooks. So let's hop into instant replay and see exactly what this looks like. Now, you will notice that the alignment of the defense is very weird. There's two guys like almost right on top of each other on the left side, but on the right side, one of the DBs is very far back, and the other one's right at the line of scrimmage. So we see that when we come out with this streak right here, and he just gets absolutely cooked on this C route. That's why C routes are so good against man coverage, guys. They absolutely shred. Let's go ahead and show you this C route on this side, and again with the freeform pass lead. You can even highball that up top right towards the pylon. That's going to be a touchdown every single time. So you really can't play cover zero against this. It's not a good idea to play cover zero against this. Anybody that knows what they're doing is absolutely going to shred man coverage against when they're running this formation. I want to show you guys also, when they press their man coverage, you can throw either one of these routes very, very quickly. I'm going to show you guys on the left side here. I really like quick throwing this Godwin route. You are going to be able to force that in there pretty frequently, just because since he's a little bit off the line of scrimmage, when they get that press animation with the other guy, sometimes the DBs get caught up. And you're going to be able to quick throw this really, really quick just because they can't get the inside leverage as fast as you can throw the ball in there, especially when you have a pass velocity ability like set feet lead. So I'm going to show you guys again. And a lot of the time when you have short and elite and ultimate team, you're going to catch that almost every single time, but you're also going to be able to rack that up the field and sometimes crib it. Now we went over the smash play with the C routes, and that is very, very good for beating man coverage. But what I want to show you guys now is where this really starts to get glitchy. So I'm going to set up Overstorm Brave just like I would. And what we're going to do, instead of putting a C route on the right side this time, is we're going to put both of these receivers on a fade. And you guys will see exactly what happens here. This is where it starts to get really, really glitchy. I'm going to block my running back. And we see how wide open Mike Evans got over the top. Now I'm going to go into instant replay. I'm going to show you guys exactly what is happening here. With these stack formations, for whatever reason, the guy manned up to the receiver off the ball, or off the line of scrimmage, is going to be the one that is closest to the line of scrimmage for the defense. Which means, when you put this guy right here on a fade, we put Rudolph on a fade right here, he's going to get sucked into a press animation with Rudolph, even though he's manned up to Mike Evans. And while he gets sucked into that press animation, that's going to give Mike Evans a free release. And obviously he can't catch up because he's pressing somebody that he's not even manned up to. And we're going to see that this is going to work almost every single time when they're running press man coverage. We're going to be able to put two fades on either side of the formation, and we're going to be able to throw that in there for an easy touchdown. So like I said, you really can't run cover zero against this. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like on the left side of the field, and it's not going to be as effective on the left side of the field, but it's still going to work sometimes. Now I'm going to go ahead and spy some guys here, just so I don't get screamed at, even though last time I did send the house just to show you that you can get that off in real time against even one of the fastest screaming blitzes in the game. But I'm going to go ahead and spy some guys here just to show you guys what this looks like. We're going to hop in instant replay, and we're going to see how this works on the left side of the field. And he did get caught into a press animation there on the left, or on the right side of the field. is going to be wide open, however. Sorry, I'm a little off today, guys. I'm still taking pain meds and whatnot because my hand is so messed up. So forgive me if I'm a little off on my speech. But let's go ahead and show you guys this again. We're going to put both these guys on fades on both sides of the field just to show you how consistent this really is. And again, Evans is going to get wide open every single time. So the left side of the field, I really don't like to put two fades out there, because if we go into instant replay, I'll show you that they actually do get the press off sometimes. Like I said, he went ahead and pressed Godwin there. Now, he was probably going to beat him over the top. That's just because these aren't the best corners. So what I like to do here is I like to keep that stock C route on the left side with either a streak, that little out route, or even a zig with this guy right here lined up on the line of scrimmage. And then, of course, the double streak combination here. Again, he gets sucked into that press animation, and boom, easy touchdown over the top. Against pretty much every zero blitz in the game, I can go ahead and show you guys what this looks like against Spinner, just because Spinner has a little bit of a different alignment. I'll go ahead and show you guys that real quick. Alright, so we are here in Spinner, and we see that these blitzing slot corners are still very far out wide. But let's go ahead and show you this exact setup and see how this works against Spinner. Now, we were not able to get that same press animation against Spinner, and that's going to be exclusively against other formations. Against Spinner, that's really not going to work as well. Now, if they do happen to shade a certain way, sometimes you're going to be able to throw that, but it's not going to be as consistent as it's going to be against, say, 3-3 or nickel over. Let's go ahead and show you guys this here. And it did work that time. However, it didn't work as well as we would like it to. I think Mike Evans just really beat him off the press there. As we see, this guy up top is actually manned up to Rudolph this time like he's supposed to be, and on the left side it's the same thing. So against Spinner, this isn't going to work quite as well. That's where I like the other setup with the two C routes. Let's go ahead and snap this thing. Now, we did almost throw a pick there, although Mike Evans absolutely shredded on that route. Against Spinner, this is where I really like to quick throw that route on the left side. I'll show you guys here. It's an easy touchdown if they press. It takes the blitz a lot longer to come in against this specific gun double stack. And they don't get the best press animations because these guys are off the line of scrimmage. So that's going to mean they're going to have to shade over the top. They're not going to be able to play cover 1 or cover 0. So if they want to run man coverage, they're probably going to have to play cover 2 with some help over the top or on the sidelines. Say they put 25 or 30 yard curl flats to try to defend those C routes. That's where it's really going to open up the rest of the field. Obviously, you can put your running back on a little swing route or a wheel route or an in route or an out route, whatever you feel like you can quick throw to catch the defense off guard for an easy touchdown. But that's pretty common knowledge against this cover 0 blitz meta, especially when guys are sending 7 and using the guy that's manned up on the running back. So I'll show you guys this quick throw one more time against Spinner, and we're going to get into what this looks like against nickel 3-3. And we see Pro Reads is lighting up there immediately. It just gets really, really open right out the line of scrimmage whenever they try to press. So really, they're going to have to shade over the top and inside to play that. And that's where those C routes are going to get really, really open. They're just going to have to hope their pressure comes in fast enough. So let's go ahead and hop into nickel 3-3 here. And I'm going to show you guys what this looks like against that. Now, we are going to go over some other pass plays, but that double fade combination on the right side of the screen is going to be the most deadly thing about this formation. I don't know if you guys knew this, but these double stack formations or even regular single stack formations That's going to be a killer. It's going to work almost every single time, especially when they're pressing. If they shade over top, it's a little bit of a different story, but against the press, it's going to work pretty much every time. So let's go ahead and press here. And we see, again, this should work because the outside corner is manned up to Mike Evans, and the safety up top is manned up to Rudolph. So let's go ahead and show you guys this here. And again, bad pass lead, but Mike Evans was getting wide open over the top. Let's go over this one more time. I'll go ahead and set up this blitz just like you would online.
Music licensing reimagined.
And boom, easy touchdown. So the only meta man blitz that this isn't going to work against is going to be spinner. But there are other setups that work really, really well against spinner. This formation just in general is going to absolutely shred man coverage every single time. I'm going to go show you this one more time just for consistency. And boom. Easy touchdown. Let's go ahead and hop into instant replay, and I'll show you guys what's happening on the left side of the field. Again, we can quick throw this right here. Right off the line of scrimmage, you're going to be able to throw this every single time. This little out-breaking route did get very open too, so you can definitely throw that, and that C route absolutely cooked as soon as it hit that last break. When you do throw this C route on this left side, you're going to want to throw it right about here. As soon as he starts to cut inside and the DB starts turning their hips, that's when you're going to want to throw that C route. It's really, really consistent online, especially in Ultimate Team. If you have somebody with short and elite, that's going to work every single time. And again, on the right side of the field, we see Rudolph get sucked into that press animation with his corner right here, and that leaves Mike Evans wide open over the top for an easy touchdown. And especially when they're trying to account for the running back coming out of the backfield with their user, especially against this formation, because the guy manned up to the running back is all the way out here. They're not going to be looking to the outside so much. So again, if you are consistently beating them over the top or with these C routes, you can always throw your running back out of the backfield for an easy gain, if not a huge touchdown. So we went over this play smash. I'm going to go over a couple more passing plays. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but you guys see the concepts that really kill man coverage. I can show you guys this play against zone before we hop out of this play. I'll show you guys against a just standard cover 3 what this looks like. And how I would set this up against a standard cover 3 is I would just put this guy on a streak right here, and I would put this guy on a streak right here. And you're going to look for this corner route on the right side and the C route on the left side. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. I actually hit the wrong button right there. I meant to throw the corner out. If this is going to work better if you're on a hash against zone coverage, but against man coverage, it really doesn't matter what hash you're on. Let's go ahead and show you guys this here. And of course, we're getting screamed at by the CPU. So let's go ahead and audible to a cover 3 drop. Put our user right here. And huge gain down the sideline, about 25 yards. You can also put your running back on whatever you want. If you have a backfield master or running back apprentice, you can put him on an angle route. You can put him on a flat route, a Texas route, in route, out route, curl route, whatever you would like, just to distract the user. But we're really going to be looking for either the C route or this corner route on the sideline. Let's go ahead and instant replay and show you guys what this looks like against cover 3. And we see the C route is getting open. You just have to throw it a lot later since they don't have zone drops on. If they are playing hard flats or cloud flats, obviously we're going to be able to throw this a lot sooner. It's going to be a lot more open. But against just standard curl flats, they play a little bit deeper this year. So we are able to throw that corner route against them. But that C route, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'll show you guys against a cover 2 real quick, and it's really not a good idea to run cover 2 against this either, just because these guys are so far on the sidelines that they're going to be able to burn a cover 2. Against a cover 2, what I like to do is put my running back on a streak actually, and then same setup. Let's go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. and easy dot down the sideline. What you can also do against a cover 2, let's go ahead and show you this. Choose a new play. Just in case people are running some variation of a cover 2 or a cover 4 with 30-yard flats on the outside instead of the deep blues or whatever, you can run this play verticals, and you can really just run it stock with your running back on whatever you want. You can also keep them on this option route, but we're going to notice that this circle route and this square route from the outside are going to get wide open for a touchdown against cover 2. Let's go ahead and snap this ball, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Pass lead this to the outside as soon as he passes that slot corner, and that's going to be a touchdown every single time. Show you guys against cover 2 just one more time on the left side. And as soon as he passes that outside corner, we're going to be able to pass lead that into the end zone for a touchdown. These streak routes from the inside receivers are going to pull those deep blues inside just enough for you to be able to squeeze that pass in there for a beautiful gain, as he's getting bumped right there, but we do see we have a touchdown on both sides. I actually came across somebody playing cover 4 with 30-yard flats on the outside instead of deep blues, and I was running this exact play, and I was torching him for a touchdown every single time until he switched it up and started running a different coverage. But this vertical play is really, really good against cover 2. You have a touchdown on either side. And against cover 4 specific variations, you're also going to be able to throw really, really good dots. So let's go ahead and show you guys a couple more plays out of this, and we're going to call it a video. Again, I don't want this video to be too long, although I do want to be able to show you guys as many variations as I can in a short amount of time and really give you all the tools to make this an effective offense for yourself. So I'm going to show you guys this stack Y out play just real quick. I'm going to show you guys against a man coverage. We saw what beats zone coverage, but this does beat man coverage very, very well. I really like this play. All the routes on this play do a very good job of beating man coverage. This quick little, it's kind of like a zig, but to the inside, the deep dig, also the out breaking route from Mike Evans and the corner route from Rudolph are all going to do a pretty good job of beating man coverage. Let's go ahead and snap this thing and see exactly what I'm talking about. And I did not make the best read there, but let's hop into instant replay and see exactly what got open. And we see Godwin cooked on that quick little whip route. And of course, the backside in was wide open as well. So they're going to have to use or something. What I like to do on this play specifically against man coverage is put my running back on an option route. I'll show you guys that here just real quick. Go ahead and user this guy. And running back on an option route. If you have a apprentice or something of that sort, you can also put this guy on a post right here instead of keeping him on that corner route. This is a slot apprentice post route. So these guys on the inside are going to be considered slot receivers, and the guys on the outside are going to be considered outside receivers as far as the apprentices go. So what I'd like to do if I had Hot Route Master or I had an apprentice right here is I would put this guy on a post route. I think that is the best man beating setup right here, and then again my running back on an option route. So we're gonna go ahead and snap this ball and see exactly what this looks like. And that option route by the running back absolutely torches man coverage. Let's go ahead and hop in instant replay just one more time to show you guys what this looks like against man, and then we're gonna get into one more play and we're gonna call that a video. Now the whip route did get bagged that time, but the in route obviously was getting wide open. Mike Evans' route, since he can't get pressed off the line, is going to do a great job of getting separation against man, and that post over the top, even though Rudolph is super, super slow, is still getting great separation against man coverage. Just because whatever interaction happens here on the line of scrimmage when they press with this other guy is going to free up that route to get open, especially anything to the inside of the field. So this formation specifically against man coverage is absolutely money. It's really going to make them think twice about running man coverage against you, especially when you consider that this is a pretty standard personnel. It's going to be 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, and you're going to be able to audible to a bunch of other really, really good zone beating formations out of this. We're going to get into that for the next video, but when you have the threat of beating man, especially press man coverage, in a set like this and they start coming out in zone coverage, we can really beat them in different ways by audibling to different formations and really torch them that way. So that's going to about do it for today's video. There is going to be one more play that I'm going to show you guys before we get out of here. That is going to be this curl flat play. I do think it is a very, very good play. Just the stock routes on this play against man coverage are going to do a great job. Let's go ahead and come out and curl flat here. Linebacker blitz 0. And we will show you. Now, I really like this whip route by Mike Evans, this in route from the other side. I also like to, it's kind of like a crossing dig route. It does a really, really good job of getting separation against man. Again, here, I would like to put this guy on some kind of man-beating route too if I had an apprentice. But also this running back route is going to do a really good job of blocking and then getting downfield against man coverage. So let's go ahead and snap this thing, see exactly what this looks like. As we see this whip route by Mike Evans just shreds man coverage. And he doesn't have any abilities that's going to help him get open right there. In that specific situation, he doesn't have a short in elite or a short out elite or anything like that. So let's hop into this instant replay and see what was getting open. And that whip route just kills. Whip routes destroy man coverage this year, especially when you can't press them. And he shreds. He had about 5-6 yards of separation on that. This in route was also getting open, and of course, the post was going to get open against man coverage as well. The running back didn't really have time to check and release because he had to chip this outside guy. But also, we see that Godwin's route right here did another great job of shredding man coverage. These little routes from the outside, they're like kind of like really quick C routes, just in and out real quick. They're like C routes, except they're a lot shallower, but they do a really, really good job against man coverage too. If you just need to pick up a few yards, I definitely recommend having something like that in your arsenal. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If I went a little bit too fast or talked a little bit too fast, I'm sorry guys. Like I was saying before, I want these ebooks to be a little bit quicker. We're going to push this out into multiple segments. I was going to go 4 parts on this ebook, but I think I'm actually going to go 6 or 7 parts on this ebook because there are some formations that I still really, really like out of this playbook that I haven't quite gone over, including a really, really good gun bunch that you can audible over from gun monster or gun double stack to gun bunch, and there are some really, really great plays out of it. So as always, if you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you're notified for all incoming Madden 23 Ultimate Team content from your boy. Like I said, sorry I haven't uploaded recently. My hand is absolutely shredded. I don't want to show you guys. It's disgusting. But we are finally getting a little bit more mobility back, so we're going to be able to hit those sticks real hard in those lab sessions, and we're going to be coming at you with part 4 of this ebook very soon. It's your boy, Killer Cam Friend. I'm out.